All right, I think we're good to go here. Last thing to do is start the recording. Oops. Hi, Crystal. Welcome, friend. Mariana. Yay. So happy you're all here to play. All right. Welcome, friends, to Accelerate Your Ascension Accelerated Light Healing Livestream. My name is Makai Miracle, and I'm the co-creator of Accelerated Light Healing. I'm super excited to play with you today. We're going to have so much fun. I love sharing these energies. I love seeing how much amazingness we all can experience on this planet. Because you just by being here today, you're changing the freaking world. And I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for that. I love seeing people embody the light and just change everything everywhere they go. We're going to be doing an Ascension Activation towards the end of the live stream today, and you're going to get infused with this high vibrational ascension energy that just by you radiating it, you're going to just, with every breath you take, you're going to be changing everything around you. All the molecules and everything you can see, all the people you come into contact with or just walk by, the plants, the animals, the air, everything. You're going to be raising the vibration of everything just by being. Not to mention your own life will accelerate very quickly. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. We're going to be doing some clearings. We're going to do an activation. We're going to talk a lot about ascension and how to make that easy and quick for you. I'm going to tell you more about all of that, a little bit more about me in a little while. But what I'd like to do to get started is just take a few minutes, get our energies connected, and get the healing energies running. So I invite you to close your eyes. Take some deep breaths, let them out with sound. Do that 2 more times. Allow that exhale to draw you deep into your body. Once more. Yeah. Now just continue deeply breathing and open yourself up to receive. Beautiful friends. How you feeling? Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment. Notice what you're experiencing in your body and your energy. And do that 2 more times. Once more. Yeah. And if you could give that feeling a word or two, what would it be? Gina says, exciting. Yay. Got some thumbs up from Crystal. Nora says, bliss. Yay. Yes. And that's your natural state, is infinite bliss. Pauline says, chillaxing. Yeah. And Andravika says, amazing. But he says, Buzzy. Sitar says, bliss and peace. Yay. Beautiful. So again, welcome to Accelerate Your Ascension. I've been practicing and studying energy healing every day for the last 16 and a half years. It has been the main focus of my life. And back when I started out, Ascension, 5D living, it's everybody made it seem so far away. And maybe it was back then. At least a little bit more than it is now. It was a bit harder to access back then. But where we're at our level of consciousness on the planet now is far beyond what it was back then. And we have easy access to not only the 5D realm, but all the states of being required to maintain that state for as long as we choose. We'll talk more about that today too. And says this is a special treat. Yay. Thank you, Fred. So when we talk about ascension, some people may refer to it as enlightenment. I think those terms are probably interchangeable. What it really comes down to is being completely and totally present in the moment and consciously creating your reality in every moment. Because that's your natural state. You've been programmed, you've been traumatized, and you've been told that blocking out awareness or really what it comes down to is not being in your true infinite nature in every moment is the correct way to live. And it's not. It's actually you resisting the natural flow of life. You are an infinite being. Infinite. You're just pretending not to be. And that's okay. We all do it. The more and more you experience yourself as an infinite being, experience your oneness with all that is, the more you get to be in your natural state. And your natural states are as follows: infinite joy, infinite peace, infinite bliss, infinite expansion, infinite health, infinite awareness. Those are your natural states. You're an infinite being. And you have access to those states in every moment if you choose them. And if you allow yourself to let go of the definitions and labels and stories about who you are and what's acceptable for you to do or not do or be or not be in any given moment. And that is the quickest path to ascension, is by letting go of your stories, your labels, your definitions, your ideas of who you are and what the world is and who other people are, your ideas of what's right and what's wrong, what's correct or acceptable and incorrect and unacceptable. Letting go of your emotional charge around all of that. Because that's the only thing that holds you back. The ocean in the ocean, a drop of water doesn't judge another drop of water for going a different direction than it does or running into it. They just flow with each other and they are oneness. And that is who you are as an infinite being. There's no separation. And that doesn't mean that you have the same points of view as everyone else. And they have the same points of view that you do. But the more and more you come to a place of neutrality around everything, the easier it is to stay at a fifth dimensional level or higher, be fully present and completely creating your experience, your reality in every moment. That's where we're gonna help get you to today. Sound good? So again, I'm the co-creator of a system of healing called Accelerated Light Healing, and it is a system of healing I channeled with a friend of mine back in 2012, and it has three components. The first component is the intuitive counseling component, where we have tools to clear out limiting beliefs and heavy, dense, stuck, painful emotions like that. I'm going to teach you how to do that in just a moment. You'll be able to do that for the rest of your life. We also have the energy healing component, which I've been running on you since the live stream started, actually before the live stream started, and will continue throughout the entire live stream. And then the third part of Accelerated Light Healing is the energetic activations, which we're going to get to towards the end of the live stream, where the healing energies ramp up really, 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 really high. And you're probably going to bliss out and you may fall asleep, but you're not actually falling asleep. It's just that you're going to such a super high conscious place. The only way your body knows how to receive those energies is to turn your mind off. So right now, I just want to talk about the intuitive counseling aspect. The clearing tool we have in Accelerated Light Healing is called RICH, R-I-C-H. And we use it to clear out limiting beliefs and heavy, dense, stuck, painful emotions like that. So RICH stands for Release, Integrate, Clear, and Harmonize. So what we're doing with that is we're releasing and clearing all the heavy, dense, stuck energies, the thoughts, feelings, emotions, lies, stories, limitations, judgments, and inclusions. Releasing and clearing them from your physical body, releasing and clearing them from your energy bodies. Boom, so they're gone and you're no longer affected by them. And the I stands for integrate. So we're integrating any parts and pieces of you either pushed away, that flew away, that you lost, or that you denied whenever you experience trauma this lifetime and another lifetime in reality. We're bringing those soul parts back, integrating them into you now so you have access to more of you and your personal power. The other part of the integrate function is we're integrating any awarenesses you're unwilling to be aware of whenever you experience trauma this lifetime or any other lifetime of reality. So as we were talking about a minute ago, you are an infinite being. And as an infinite being, you're infinitely aware of everything, past, present, and future. Except if you're willing to be that aware, you'd probably never step into a traumatic situation knowingly. You'd probably never get in your car and drive to the grocery store if you knew you were going to get in a car accident. But why do things like this happen? Well, it's these places of unawareness, places where we don't allow ourselves access to our infinite awareness, that keep us from being aware of what's going to happen in the future that may be uncomfortable. But infinite consciousness is always bring you back to infinite awareness because, again, that's your natural state. And so it's going to get your attention in the easiest way possible. That whatever that unawareness is, that thing you're holding on to, is just an illusion that you created, you're holding on to, you don't need it anymore. You can let it go. And it's going to, again, do it in the easiest way possible. But if you don't get it, it's going to get more intense. And then if you don't get it, again, it's going to get more intense, and that intensity is going to show up as resistance or uncomfortable situations in your life until you get those awarenesses. And that's why you repeat the patterns of your life over and over and over again. Repeat mistakes over and over and over again. So the integrate function of Rich just integrates those awarenesses instantly. So you don't have to keep repeating the patterns of your life over and over and over again to get them. You just get them. And the H stands for harmonize. So we're harmonizing all the energetic bodies and physical body to vibrate at that new higher level instantly and effortlessly. When I started out with energy healing, I started out with Reiki. And my teacher was like, you're going to get healing, you're going to feel amazing, you're going to bliss out, and you're going to get sick for 3 days while your physical body catches up to your new spiritual vibration. I was like, I don't want to get sick. Why would I want to go get a healing if I'm just going to get sick afterwards? But those are the quickest tools we had at the time. And now, where we're at a consciousness on this planet, we can just instantly, quantumly jump your body up to your new spiritual high vibration instantly. So you don't have to have a healing crisis or get sick after you receive a healing. And that's one of the things that sets accelerated light healing apart from other modalities. So that's Rich, R-I-C-H, release, integrate, clear, and harmonize. You don't have to remember any of that for it to work. Just remember Rich is for clearing. If you want to learn more about it, there's an article and video on my website, beingjoy123.com. You can check that out another time. So this is how it works. Everything holding you back from easily ascending and letting go of everything you thought you were and are. Rich. Take a deep breath in and just notice what you're experiencing in your body and your energy. I'm going to run one more tool here and then I'll explain it. Reality reset. Just notice what you're experiencing after that. So what reality reset does is it literally resets all the reality. All the molecules and energetic pathways in your body, all the molecules and energetic pathways you can see, all the molecules and energetic pathways, and all of infinite consciousness. So reality stops creating itself from everything you cleared and released with Rich. Starts creating itself from everything you integrated and harmonized with Rich. So change happens really, 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 really fast. If you want to chat in, just let me know how you're feeling after that clearing. That was a big one. Yeah. So again, we use Rich to clear out limiting beliefs and heavy, dense, stuck, painful emotions, because you don't need them. Infinite beings don't function from thoughts and emotions. And I guess we'll talk about that next. Any time you have a resistance to anything, let me take a step back. You are energy. Everything is energy. You are energy. And energy flow wants to flow infinitely like a river. Water flows like it just does. That's its nature. So we kind of liken energy to water as far as flow. If there's a river It's a river flowing. The tree falls over and cuts off most of the flow. There's a little bit of flow left over here, but most of it gets stuck and pulled up in this, where this tree is. What happens to the stagnant water there? Well, it starts smelling bad and it starts growing green stuff. That's what happens to your body and literally your life, your reality, when you are resisting anything. It's like I said, energy wants to flow infinitely like a river. And when you have points of view, thoughts, feelings, and emotional charges, it literally stops the flow of energy because you're trying to define something that is undefinable. You can't pick up water and mold it into a ball. That just doesn't work. You pick up the water, you try to mold it into a ball, it just goes. It keeps flowing. And that's how energy wants to flow. Now, the cool thing about that is, and water, is that if you want to shape water into something, you create a container for it. And that's one of the ways we consciously create our reality, is by creating containers. And examples of some containers that we create for our reality, for energy to flow into, is we create a business, we create a relationship, we create a friendship, we create a home. And these are things that we can, shape our energy into the way we desire. So containers are helpful for consciously creating your reality. And beyond those containers, you want everything else to be flowing infinitely, because it's only the places of blockage, of the stopping points, the sticking points, that cause you pain and suffering. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's all these things that you judge as wrong and bad and mean and awful and vicious are places where you're unwilling to let the energy flow and take care of itself. Because at some point in your journey, you forgot that infinite consciousness will take care of everything. It is infinite light. Light, there is no light versus dark. There is no war, because it's all light. Infinite consciousness is infinite light. And the light will always keep bringing you to the next level of light. Infinite consciousness is always infinitely expanding. You as an infinite being are always infinitely expanding. So if you just can let the energy flow and trust that infinite expansion is, your life will be a lot easier. But how do we do that, and what detracts from that? Well, the things is your thoughts, feelings, emotions, all these calculation systems you have in your head, like, well, if I do this, then that's going to happen, or I can't do this because then people will think about me like this, or my parents told me life was like this, so that's how it has to be, or my teacher said you can do this, but you can't do this, and I got punished, and you keep looping in your head all these things that you've been told or have happened to you in the past, probably a really, really long time ago. But you're still functioning from them now and creating blockage points, stopping points that don't allow the energy to completely flow. And that's important because as your awareness grows, as your intuitive abilities expand, you know, you are infinitely aware, you have infinite awareness. But that doesn't mean you need to consciously tune into everything. You don't need to know, you don't need to like feel into and be aware of like some fight that's happening halfway across the world, whether that's a two-person fight or a big war. Like, as long as you're aware of what you need to be aware of, you can keep choosing the path of infinite expansion. And how this works is that you do not, if you don't judge war or violence or fighting as bad or wrong, then you don't have a stopping point against it. And here's kind of what I mean about a stopping point. If you have a brick wall and you throw a tomato at it, what happens? Splat. Red stuff all over. That's what happens when you have a point of view or judgment about anything. If you judge violence as wrong and bad, anytime anything that even similarly resembles violence shows up in your reality, whether you see something in a newspaper or on TV, or you hear somebody talk about it, is going to be a stopping point, and your energy is going to freeze. And that energy is going to stick to you and be dense and bring you down. But if you have no point of view about violence being bad or wrong, then you're not a brick wall anymore when that energy comes up. You're like a cloud. So what happens when you throw a tomato at a cloud? Oh, it just passes right through. And that's the place that you want to get to with everything. You want to be the cloud. Because then there's no places of unawareness, because when you go into thoughts, feelings, emotions, you go into like a previous autopilot mode, and that doesn't allow you to be in your infinite awareness to choose what will create the greatest expansion for you next. Because that's the key. When you're in your infinite awareness, you're aware of what your choices will create for you in the future. If I do this thing, what will it create for me in the future? And then you feel into your body what that choice will create for you. It makes you feel light and expansive and blissful. That's what will create more for you if you choose that. If you feel heavy, tight, and contracted, that's what will create more for you if you choose that. And so rather than choosing from all these points of view that other people told you about how you have to be, how you should be, how you shouldn't be, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, society's expectations on you, who you are as a man or a woman or just a human being. Once you move beyond all of those points of view, you can choose from actual awareness of what's actually happening in reality. So let's clear all that out. Everything you've decided or been told about who you are, who you have to be, who you have to not be, who you can't be, who you should be, who you shouldn't be, who you will be, who you won't be, who you can be, who you can't be, what's appropriate to be and what's inappropriate to be, and what's appropriate to do and what's inappropriate to do. Everything, all that is, and everywhere you locked in all of that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. And Everywhere you're unwilling to let any and all of that go, and everywhere you locked in all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Yeah. Whew. Reality reset. Yeah. Just take a deep breath in. Notice what you're experiencing in your body and your energy. All right, we had a couple questions come in. Let me just read those briefly. Marino asks, so when you see someone getting beaten up, you don't stop it? Question mark. That is not what I said. What I said is, if you don't have a point of view that violence is bad or wrong, you can choose from a place of infinite awareness rather than unconscious reaction. Unconscious reaction would be flight or flight. So when you're in a place of neutrality around violence, for example, you don't have an emotional reaction to it. You don't have an emotional charge around it. So you don't trigger flight and flight instantaneously. Then you get to be in a place of infinite awareness where you can ask the question, what will my life be like if I stop this fight? What will life be like if I don't stop this fight? And see which feels better in your body. And that's what you want to do with everything, because whenever you ask the question of what will my life be like if I blank, do this thing, do that thing, choose this, choose that, say this, say that, eat this, eat that, whatever it is, what will my life be like if I blank? Whatever feeling your body gives you when you ask that question is what it'll create more of in your life if you choose that. And then you can continue to choose the things that make your body feel light and expansive, so you can consciously stay on an infinitely expanding path of infinite bliss. That's your choice. And so let's talk about how we apply that to life, because being present and consciously making your choices is what ascended mastery is all about. You get to places of neutrality around everything and then choose from awareness. So what does that look like? Well, you're driving down the road and you're hungry. Okay. You ask your body, what do you want to eat? Or what will my life be like if I eat at restaurant A? What will my life be like if I eat at restaurant B? What will my life be like if I eat at restaurant C? What will my life be like if I go to the grocery store and buy ingredients for food and go home and cook? And just choose whatever makes your body feel the most light, expansive, excited, and blissful, if that's how you like to feel. Because you have that awareness in every moment. It's only the places where you have emotional charges and belief systems in place that will take you out of that awareness. And so how do we get past that? Well, here's the thing. If you have judgment on anything, like, for example, I'll use an example from my life. I was vegan for 8 years, And I was 100% raw vegan for a year and a half of that. And for some people that works really well. For me, I did a lot of damage to my body, especially during the raw phase, because that's not actually what my body wanted. I was just taking other people's points of view and taking them on as my own. So one day I asked my body, like, body, what do you want to eat for dinner? And it said chicken. I was like, what? I literally saw the word chicken written in my stomach. And I was like, body, what are you talking about? And it said chicken. I was like, buddy, are you sure we haven't had that in 8 years? It's like chicken. So I went and got some chicken, and the next day I felt amazing, stronger than I ever had, stronger than I had in 8 years, for sure. And so I continued that, ask my body for everything that I eat. And I still do to this day. What do you want to eat? I even take it to every single bite that I take, because if you allow yourself to be that aware of what every single choice that you make what that will create for you in the future, you get to like direct your life to stay on the path of infinitely expanding bliss, again, which is your natural state. If you allow yourself to be aware and make the choices that support that. And so the thing is, I wasn't willing to let myself be aware that my body wanted chicken, because I had belief systems in place saying that eating meat was not spiritual, or it was too low vibrational to go into spiritual realms easily. And that conflicted with what I wanted out of life. But those were just ideas in my head. It wasn't true, and it wasn't what my body wanted. Your body is your greatest awareness tool. It's way more conscious than your mind is, because it doesn't have points of view. It just functions from infinite awareness. And so here's the thing. Whenever you find yourself having a point of view about something, again, it blocks your awareness to those things. And so when you find yourself having a point of view, and how you'll know that that happens is by, you'll have a thought, and it'll be accompanied by any feeling that is less than blissful. That's really what it is. You just want to rich it. So how that works is, like, if I was going to take the diet example for an example, everywhere I've decided eating meat isn't spiritual, rich. So a simple way you can use it for anything is, everything I've decided about blank, rich. And you just fill in the blank, your point of view about anything. Everything I've decided about rich people being bad, rich. And then add a reality reset to the end. You can use this tool. It will affect you, all your past lives, which inherently affects all your future lives, your entire ancestral lineage, all the way back to your first family, everybody you're connected with in this lifetime, friends, family, coworkers, lovers, people you see once in a while, like cashiers at the grocery store. Change ripples out every time you run a ridge clearing. All right. Saw some more questions coming in, so let me. I'm just reading the questions here. Tara has a question about choices she's made in relationships. I'm going to need you to be a little bit more specific than that, friend, because I would love to answer your question. I just don't quite understand your question. when you see someone that annoys you, your entire reality is just a reflection of the vibration that you're embodying. There's a spiritual law called the law of vibration. You've heard of the law of attraction. It's similar to that. But the law of vibration is everything you vibrate will show up in your reality. And so on the lower level, that's your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. On the higher level, it's your intentions and states of being. The ascended level, infinite level, your intentions and your states of being. And so infinite beings don't function from thoughts, feelings, emotions. It's not required. It's way too slow. It's way too dense. They function from intention and states of being. And that doesn't mean that you should be unaware of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, because if they're in your awareness, they're important. It may just be your awareness that they need to be cleared out, and you just rich them. But emotions are there not as states that you're supposed to embody, but they're there as awareness tools that something is out of balance. So what I mean by that is, if you're angry about something, it just means that there's something out of balance. Maybe somebody's lying to you, maybe somebody's crossing your boundaries, maybe you're crossing your own boundaries. We're not going to go deep into that right now, but that's something. If you're sad about something, that just means that there's something out of balance. And so what creates this out of balance is the places you're unwilling to be infinitely aware. And the emotions that you're experiencing are just there to allow you to see what is the infinite nature of whatever experience you're experiencing. So when you experience an emotion, think of it as like a wave. So a wave in the ocean builds, it crests, builds, it peaks, it crests, it falls, and then it's gone. If you allow your emotions to be like that by feeling them fully in the moment that you're experiencing them, then you get the awareness because of, a choice that you need to make, or just the reality of a given situation. The awareness that you're unwilling to be aware of is on the other side of that wave. You can easily get there. A lot of times you can clear out the emotion just by riching it. If that's the case, it was probably never your emotion to begin with. That is about 95% of the time effective. The other 5% of the time, you really need to fully experience that emotion. You may need to do something creative to get into it, whether that be like art, making music, dancing, anything creative, journaling, breaking plates, whatever it is, so you can feel that emotion fully, get on the other side of it, and receive the awarenesses that you were unwilling to be aware of. That's the only reason emotions exist, is to show you where you're not willing to be infinitely aware and allow you to come back to infinite awareness, come back into harmony with infinite consciousness. And how do we do that? Well, again, you just rich it. Everything I decide about blank, rich. Everything that makes me experience blank, rich. Everywhere I think blank is wrong, rich. Everywhere I think blank is annoying or weird, rich. I remember walking down the street one day, shortly after we channeled the Rich tool, and saw a guy with this weird hat on across the street. And it's like, that's weird. Okay, everywhere I think that's weird, rich. That's all I had to say. That was gone. Because you don't need to have those sticking points of energy, sticking points of judgment, because they pull you out of the infinite flow, which again is your natural state. All right, a couple more questions came in. Let me just check these out here. Monica says, what is core blockage that I have from that prevents money from flowing easily in my life? Well, it's twofold. So even though today's class is about ascension, we can talk about money a little bit, because money is a part of ascension. If everything is infinite consciousness and everything's spiritual, and if everything's energy, money's energy. And that's all it is. And the thing about it is your experience of money is you feel separate from it, like you're not one with it, but you're infinite. How could you not be everything? That includes money. So you need to look at beliefs around what you think about wealthy people or rich people. And like if you have any points of view, like rich people are bad or wrong, or they do evil things, or beliefs like you're not rich, or you don't know how to deal with money, etc. So there's the belief part. But then there's the part in embodying the vibration. And getting the skills. It's twofold. So, if you want to learn a musical instrument and become really good at a musical instrument, you don't just buy the musical instrument and sit down at it and start playing it, although you could, but it would take a lot longer for you to get good. What you do is you go find a teacher, somebody who's already really good at it and who embodies the vibration of masterful playing. It's no different with money, because the thing is, you've been living at a certain vibration of wealth, whether that's low or high or somewhere in between. And that's become your norm, what you consider to be your norm. But somebody who makes $1 million a year, $10 million a year, $100 million a year, they have a totally different vibration that you might not even be aware of that exists. And you might not consciously be aware of how to embody that or access that. So by surrounding yourself with people who do embody a higher wealth vibration and learning from them, learning their tips and tricks and how they got there and what they do in their day to keep creating a higher level of wealth, you start to entrain to that vibration just by being in their presence. And then again, through the law of vibration, you start vibrating that level of energy and you start bringing wealth a lot easier. So we'll do a clearing here. Everything that holds you back from having money flow easily into your life, creating money or wealth with ease, being wealthy, everything, all that is, and everywhere you're unwilling to let any and all of that go, and everywhere you locked any and all of that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Reality reset. All right. Any other questions before we get into the activation here? I'm super excited to go on this journey with you. Helen asks, do you have to say rich aloud to be effective, or can you say it to yourself? Yeah, you can totally say it in your head. It's totally fine. You don't want to be at the dinner table and being like, everywhere Aunt Helen is annoying me right now, Rich. You don't want to say stuff like that out loud. You do it in your head. Say, and just, you might get a little smile on your face because you're doing this crazy magic in your head. And I didn't mean you, Helen, that you're annoying me. It's just your name was the first one in my head there. Claudia asked, can we do a control clearing? Can you be a little bit more specific on that? What do you mean by that? The answer is probably yes, but I need a little more information before we can do that. Well, I'm waiting for Claudia to give me a little bit more information. Let me talk about the activation for a moment. So if this is your first accelerated light healing experience, welcome. You've been to lots of accelerated light healing experiences with me. Welcome. Love you all. New or you've been here before. Love you all. And what we're going to do in a moment is I'm going to invite you to sit down and either lay back in your chair and just get really comfortable. And I'm going to take you on a short expansion exercise so you can experience yourself as infinite. And then we're just going to activate some energies, and there will be a lot of silence during the activation. That's just the energies doing their own thing. Do what they know how to do to raise your vibration, give you exactly what you need, desire, and require. And all you have to do is just breathe and receive. You get to bathe in that energy. All right. So Lauren asks, what if you don't know what's blocking you? That's when it's time to have a session with somebody that can take you, ask you the right questions to get you to find out these places of unawareness that you're holding on to, whether that be with me or somebody else who does counseling work. Intuitive counseling is one of the staples of accelerated light healing. It's one of my greatest joys to get to do with people, because I can help people get to those places of unawareness, those places of finding out what's blocking them when they don't consciously know themselves, really quickly, and then clear that stuff out so they can just jump right back on their path to infinite bliss. Okay, Claudia says she feels triggered because she has someone in her environment, stepson, and he's very entitled, and I feel triggered. Cool. So any resistance you have to the way he's choosing to be actually creates more of him choosing to be that way. So when you get to the place of no point of view, again, when you can be the cloud to that energy, then that energy has no circuit to flow back to him anymore. So inherently, he will change in some way, because your reality changed. So you just clear out every time that you get triggered. Like, all you really have to say is everything that's coming up for me right now, Rich, and let it go. You may have to add, and everywhere I'm unwilling to let this go, Rich, if it's really big. But just keep riching yourself every time that you get triggered about something. Sitara says, a way to release all the ways we get in our own way. Stop the mind trying to take over the heart flow. Yeah, exactly. That's what the mind likes to do. It likes to be in control. So everywhere you like to be in control, you need to be in control, or you think you need to be in control for any reason, including to survive. And everywhere you're unwilling to let any all that go, and everywhere you locked any all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Reality reset. Michelle asks, do I hold live classes? Yes, normally. When things aren't on lockdown, I definitely do. Do I hold live classes on the internet? Yes, I do. I'll actually be sharing a little bit about my next upcoming live class towards the end of the live stream today. Yay. Okay. Let's get into the activation. I'm excited. So I invite you to lay back in your chair. Just get really comfortable. And take a couple deep breaths and really sink into wherever you're at. Yeah. What I like you to do now is become aware of the energy that surrounds your body. Expand the energy out to the size of the room you're in. Expand the energy out to the size of the building you're in. Expand the energy out to the size of the city block you're on. Expand that energy out to the size of the city you're in. Expand that energy out to the size of the state or province you're in. Expand energy out to the size of the country you're in. Expand energy out to the size of the country you're in. Expand energy out to the size of the entire planet. Now expand energy out to the size of the solar system. Expand energy out to the size of the galaxy. Expand energy out to the size of the universe. Expand energy out to the size of the universe of universes. Now expand energy all the way out to infinite consciousness. And just continue deeply breathing. Energy is coming in to raise your vibrations so you can receive the most out of this activation. Ah. All right, now we're going to infuse you with the energies of ascension. If you'd like to receive this, just say, I will receive this, either out loud or in your head. Ah. If you're noticing any places of tension in your body, just breathe into them, allow the energies to move it out. Ah. Ah. Yeah. Mm. Ah. 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 All right. I'm going to enhance your connection to infinite source in the earth. What I'd like you to do now is breathe energy from the earth, up your feet, up your entire body, and out your head, all the way up to infinite source. Do that 2 more times. Energy from the earth, up your entire body, out your head, all the way up to infinite source. Once more. I'd like you to breathe energy from infinite source into the top of your head, down your entire body, and out your feet into the earth. And do that 2 more times. Once more. Yeah. I'd like you to breathe energy from the earth, up your feet, up your entire body, and out your head, all the way up to infinite source. And do that 2 more times. Once more. Yeah. When you're ready, you can start to deepen the breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes, rotate your wrists and ankles, press your body, squeeze your body a little. Stretch out if you'd like. Yeah. In your own time, you can come back to sitting and open your eyes. Hey. How you feeling? Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment. Notice what you're experiencing in your body and your energy. And do that 2 more times. Once more. Yeah. If you could give that feeling a word or 2, what would it be? Tara says, wonderful. Yeah. Claudia says, wow, a big shift. Thank you so much. Yeah. Beautiful. Boofle says, light but sleepy. All right. Yay. It's actually a good thing. Stick around. We're going to be doing some more mega clearings here to finish off in a few minutes. I just want to give everybody a chance to chat in here. Susan says, brighter and lighter. Yeah. Crystal says, I feel lightheaded. That's okay. We went very high today, and that creates a lot more space in the body, which can create a little bit of lightheadedness. It'll subside. Drink some water after the live stream for sure. Pauline says, amazing. Yay. What he says, vibrational. Yeah. I'm super blissed out myself. I'm feeling pretty good right now. So again, we're going to do some more mega clearings here in a few minutes. But I was, over the last few weeks, I've been looking at, like, what's the next jump? What's the next level here? We've all been, a lot of us have been doing spiritual work for a very long time, made lots of huge jumps, but what's really the next really big jump we can make in consciousness and ascension? So I put together the 6-week class called Activate Your Superhuman Abilities. Would it be all right if I took about 5 minutes and shared that with you? Thank you. Give me a moment to pull that up here. Yeah. So, would you like to learn to access new spiritual gifts and abilities? Would you like to increase your intuitive abilities? Would you like to learn to live in oneness? And would you like to learn to live as your I am presence? If so, come play in the 6-week live stream series, Activate Your Superhuman Abilities. I am super excited about this class. It just all came together, and I feel it's really going to take us all to the next level here. So this is for you if you want to make a huge jump in your spiritual evolution. You want more access to your spiritual gifts and abilities. You want to receive more guidance in your life. You want deeper access to your intuition, and or you want new magical abilities. If so, this class is definitely for you. So In these live streams, you're going to start to access new spiritual gifts and abilities. You're going to learn to use your entire brain. You're going to learn to communicate with your spirit guides, masters, and archangels. Enhance your immune system to an entirely new level. Open the doorway to levitation and teleportation. Start living as your I am presence. Clear your blocks to spiritual gifts and ascension, and so much more. So each 75-minute live stream is going to start with accelerated light healing clearings, which will help clear your blocks, activating your superhuman abilities. Just kind of like what we did today, except we won't have to do all the intro stuff. We'll just be able to jump right into it with clearings around whatever we're talking about that week. And the second part of each live stream is going to be an accelerated light healing activation to, again, activate your superhuman abilities. And those activations will be a lot longer than the one we did today. The one we did today was amazing, and I'm still super, super blissed out from that. And when we get into the live stream series here, those activations will be even longer. So when you receive these activations, you're going to activate your ascended Merkaba light body, enhance your intuitive abilities, activate your superhuman immune system, activate whole brain function, activate the energetics for levitation and teleportation, start to experience the world as oneness, and so much more. So here's what you're going to experience in the six classes. Class 1 is activate your intuitive abilities to a superhuman level. So you're going to increase your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, and your clairsentience. So your ability to see energy, your ability to hear energy, and your ability to sense energy. You're going to learn how to receive guidance from your spirit guides, masters, and archangels. You're going to activate your third, fourth, and fifth eyes. Class number 2 is activate whole brain function. I'm super excited about this one. You know, whatever science or school has told you about, you can only use about 10% of your brain, that's ridiculous. You can use it all. And you can even use it all at the same time. A lot of scientists and psychologists say you're either functioning from the left side of your brain or the right side of your brain. No, we're going to step into functioning from your whole brain. So you can really have access to everything you need to be aware of in awareness, and all your creative abilities, your drive, and your ability to receive. You get to use it all at the same time. So you can have a lot more access to your personal power. So you're going to, in this class, you're going to learn to use your entire brain, increase your memory, and enhance your creativity and thinking awareness. Class number 3 is activate your superhuman immune system. So you're going to activate your immune system to an entirely new level. You're going to turn on the anti-aging systems in the body and learn how to live in infinite health. Class number 4 is activate your ascended light body. So you're going to activate your Merkaba light body to the ascension level. You're going to increase the power of your manifestations, and increase the number of synchronicities in your life. After that activation, your life just, boom, takes off. Class number 5 is activate your I am presence connection. So you're going to learn to live as your I am presence. This is one of the closest levels of consciousness to you as infinite consciousness. And you're going to learn to live your life as your I am presence. Stop being affected by the drama of the world and start to experience the world as oneness. And class number 6 is activate your levitation, teleportation, and light abilities. So I'm super excited for this one. So you're going to activate the energetic templates for levitation and teleportation. You're going to learn how to modify time, and you're going to learn the basics of shape-shifting. I've been just downloaded with so much information on shape-shifting over the last week. Now, this doesn't mean that right away you're going to be able to levitate or teleport, but we're activating the energetic templates in place, so you're embodying that energy. So as we raise the level of consciousness on the planet, you're going to have these energetics like creating new pathways on the entire planet, going to people, going, like, spreading out through the earth energy field. So when we raise our vibration enough, so we're light enough to be able to do these things with total ease, they're going to instantly manifest for you and everyone else that's vibrating at that level. We're going to talk a lot about that. I've been playing with these energetic templates for 13 years. So they're very, very intense. When you sign up today, you're also going to receive a bonus Accelerated Light Healing MP3. I love this class. It's called Living Beyond Time, Space, and Dimensions. It's a $55 value. You're going to get it free with the class, instant download. In that class, you're going to learn how to fold space so you can get places quicker. You're going to be able to speed up and slow down time and just completely learn to live outside of the bounds of time, space, and dimensions. Super powerful, life-changing activation. You're gonna get that right away when you sign up for the class. So here's what you'll get. 6 75-minute live streams with me. You're gonna get lifetime access to the videos of each live stream. You're gonna get MP3 downloads, audio downloads of each live stream. And you're gonna get that bonus MP3, Living Beyond Time, Space, and Dimensions. So, is it finally time to activate your superhuman abilities? If so, come play. Just click the click here to register button below. It's only one payment of $333, and that's $100 savings. Or I wanted to make it really easy for you guys to come and play, so you can also do that in 2 monthly payments of $195, and that's a $50 savings. Or even super easy 5 monthly payments of $88. And there's a super special bonus. So for the first 10 people to sign up for the live stream series by Sunday, April 25th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, the first 10 people are going to receive a 30-minute personal session with me. We're going to do that over Zoom, so we'll be able to connect and go deep on whatever it is you want to clear out. You want to clear out your blocks to ascension, health, abundance, relationships, anything you want to change in your life. We're just going to dive right in and see what kind of change we can create for you to continue you expanding on that infinite path of bliss and joy that is your natural state. You just probably have 1 or 2 small things in the way. We clear those things out. You get to keep rocking that bliss and joy. So these sessions will sell out. They always do. So don't miss out. If you want one of these sessions, click and register today because you deserve it. And so I just want to go over a few questions that people usually ask before we end here. Will you be able to ask questions on live streams? Totally. We're gonna use Zoom, so you'll be able to chat in the questions if you join live, and if you aren't joining live, you're just watching the replays, you can email me questions in between each class and I'll answer them on the next live stream. Will you receive recordings of the live streams? Yes, totally. You're gonna get lifetime access to those videos, and you're gonna get MP3 audio downloads of each live stream. So you'll have those forever too. Yeah. What if you can't join live? Still come and play, because you're gonna get those recordings, and receiving the healing energies and the clearings and the activations from the recordings is just as effective as if you were there live. So come and play. And what do I need to join the live streams? All you need is a computer or smartphone with internet access. Like I said, we're gonna be using Zoom. So if you have internet and a computer or smartphone, you'll be able to come and play. So is it finally time to activate your superhuman abilities? If so, click that click here to register button below and come play. Yay. A couple of questions came in. Let's see. Michelle asks, what day of the week will the lessons be on? They'll be on Wednesdays. That information is towards the bottom of the sales page, what dates. And will we learn any energy healing tools? We're not going to be talking specifically about like hands-on healing in this class, but you will learn more energy tools. We'll be doing lots of clearings, and you'll be learning a lot of tools for awareness and enhancing your intuition. And you're going to be learning the race creation tool, which is our way to manifest things really quickly, easily. Physical objects, like cars, situations like a date or a new job, and states of being like peace, bliss, and enlightenment. So you're gonna learn those tools too. If there's any other questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box or send me an email and we can talk about that. She'll ask, will you be doing some hands-on healing classes in the future? Yes, totally. And in fact, there are accelerated light healing practitioner classes that are available online. If you want more information about those, you can email me about those. We're going to be doing some live classes in the summer, but the recordings of previous classes are already available if you can't wait. So definitely send me an email about that. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna do some mega clearings here to finish off the class and really jump you into the next level of ascension. Everywhere you don't want to ascend because you think you'll be too different from your parents, friends, family, co-workers, and then they won't be in your life anymore. Everything that is, everywhere you're allowing that to hold you back, everywhere you're unwilling to let any and all that go, and everywhere you locked any and all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Reality reset. Everywhere you're holding yourself back from ascending because you think you might not know who you are if that happens, or your life would be so drastically different, and all the fear that you have around that. Everywhere you're unwilling to let any all that go, and everywhere you locked any all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Reality reset. Yes. Else can we clear out here? Every Everywhere you've decided you have to meditate for 30 years, or you have to meditate in a cave or on top of a mountain, or go to an ashram or fast to ascend or become enlightened, and everywhere you took that on from, and everywhere you're unwilling to let in all that go, and everywhere you locked in all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Reality reset. Everywhere you decide you have to sacrifice yourself, your needs, your wants, your desires, your life, your material possessions to become ascended, to ascend. And everywhere you're unwilling to let in all that go, and everywhere you locked in all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Reality reset. Yeah. 2 more. Everywhere you decide you can't ascend, you won't ascend. What's bad, wrong, mean, awful, or vicious to ascend? It's everything, all that is, and everywhere you're unwilling to let in all that go, and everywhere you locked in all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Reality reset. Yeah. All right, last one here. Everything that makes you think you have to leave your body behind to ascend, everywhere you decided your body isn't spiritual, or enjoying your body or the pleasures of the body, or sensual pleasures of the body is not spiritual, and everything that doesn't allow you to enjoy your body and bring your body with you on this ascension process. Everything, all that is, and everywhere you're unwilling to let any and all that go, everywhere you locked in all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Reality reset. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, friends, for being here. I had so much fun playing with you today. Love you all. I'm super excited to play with you again soon.